If you start now. In the previous lecture, we have discussed regarding this topic diuretic. Just I am going to revise if anyone is absent or before starting with the last topic, last point in the your classification. It is the osmotic diuretic. So in the previous lecture, we have discussed regarding the what is diuretic. So what mean by diuretic? These are the drug which causes net loss of water, sodium and water in the urine, called as the diuretic. So it increases the it inhibit the reabsorption and increases the excretion of sodium and bicarbonate primarily and water excretion secondarily, called as the diuretic. So this is the classification I will previously discuss in the previous lecture. Just revise it is divided by high ceiling diuretic. It is the inhibitor of sodium potassium chloride co-transport system. Okay, furosemide, bumetanide, and toracimide. Okay, these drug are also using the classification of that of the hypertension also. So in the hypertension also this mechanism you can write this mechanism of action in the antihypertensive drug also. Okay, so high efficacy diuretic because it inhibit the this sodium and water reabsorption, especially in the ascending loop of Henle, and also act on the PCT and the DCT, and hence it is called as the high efficacy diuretic. Okay, now medium efficacy diuretic, benzothiazide, hydrochlorothiazide, benzthiazide, hydroflumethiazide, bendromethazide. This is called as the benzothiazide, which is a medium efficacy diuretic, which act on the distal colonnade tubule, and it is an inhibitor of sodium chloride symphote. Okay, only in the one direction, hence it is called as a sodium chloride symphote. Now, thiazide direct diuretic, chlorthalidone, metalozone, zipamide, indapamide, and the clopamide. Peak or adjuvant diuretic, carbonic anhydrase inhibitor, acetozolamide, potassium sparing diuretic, aldosterone antagonist, spironolactone, eplerenone, inhibitor of renal epithelial sodium channel, trimeterine, amiloride. Now, last part one is remaining. It is the osmotic diuretic, mannitol, isosorbate, and the glycerol. So again, first it is the high ceiling diuretic. Again, you have to go through that of the diagram. Okay, so this high efficacy diuretic called as a loop diuretic act on the this side. Okay, so you must understand the this general diagram of that of the nephron. This is the glomerular filtrate. This is the PCT, proximal colonnade tubule. This is the distal colonnade tubule. This is the collecting drug. This is the descending loop of Henle, and this is the ascending loop of Henle, which is in the nature. So this is the active transport system. This is two part divided into two part. This is the medulla part and this is the cortex part. Okay, now carbonic anhydrase inhibitor act on the this PCT. Okay, thiazide diuretic act on the site 3. Okay, and this aldosterone antagonist, especially the potassium sparing diuretic and sodium channel blocker, these are act on the site 4, especially on the collecting duct. Okay, so this is important in the mechanism action. You must draw this diagram for the mechanism of that of the this class of the drug. You have to write down this site 2, and you have to just inhibit the this pyrosamide, inhibit the this sodium chloride potassium reabsorption. If the reabsorption is inhibited, it causes the excretion of sodium chloride and the potassium. Okay, hence the side effect called as the hypokalemia. Understand? So this is very basic important thing in that of the through that of the diagram you can understand the mechanism of actions. Again, important thing that of the furosemide drug, it is the their uses. Okay, uses, it is the edema when there is a swelling in the especially the cardiac, hepatic, and the renal etiology. It may causes the it is used in the treatment of edema, acute pulmonary edema, when the lungs there is a fulfilled with that of the edema, cerebral edema, blood, it is used in the hypertension, hypercalcemia of pregnancy. Okay. Now see this thiazide diuretic, it inhibit the sodium chloride symport. Okay. It inhibit the sodium chloride symport, and hence it causes the excretion of sodium and chloride. Along with also it causes the excretion of the potassium. Now uses of this thiazide diuretic again same, maximum same. It is the edema, hypertension. It is also used in the diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus, it is due to that of the absence of antidiuretic hormones. Hypercalciuria. Okay. Now again important, it is the side effect. Okay. You can must understand the side effect. Okay. The side effect, it is the hypokalemia because it causes the excretion of the potassium and hence causes the hypokalemia. Acute saline depletion, dilutional hyponatremia. Okay. Again, you can understand that all are hypo. Okay, hypokalemia, but it causes the hyperuricemia. Okay, it increases the uric acid level. It can also precipitate the gout. Okay, and hence this drug causes the hyperuricemia. Again, it causes the hyperglycemia. It increases the blood sugar level and hyperlipidemia also. But it causes hypocalcemia. Okay, it decreases the calcium level. It also decreases the magnesium level because it causes the excretion of this calcium and that of the magnesium. Okay, now third category is the carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. In the previous lecture, I have already discussed that this carbonic anhydrase inhibitor, which causes the this H2 plus CO2, it forms the carbonic acid. Okay, I think in the this diagram. Okay, in this diagram, you clearly see that this H2 plus CO2, it catalyzes the carbonic anhydrase. It is enzyme which form the carbonic acid. And thus it forms the bicarbonate ion and the hydrogen ion, which is exchanged with that of the sodium ion. Okay, and this because of this inhibition, the generation of carbonic acid is does not form, which does not release this hydrogen ion. Okay, so this is the called as the carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. Along with this carbonic anhydrase, this enzyme, it is also important in that of the eye also. Okay, hence it is useful in the treatment of that of the glaucoma. Nowadays, because of this drug, it is not used as a diuretic, but it is used for the other uses. Okay, acetazolamide, by this is the mechanism, and it is uses, it is because of this action, because lower the intraocular tension, and intraocular tension, it is increasing the glaucoma. Okay, it also decreases this, it also raises the seizure potential, and hence useful in the treatment of the seizure also. Now uses glaucoma to alkaline urine. It is also used in the epilepsy. Okay, so these are the uses. Now this category, potassium sparing diuretic. I already told that this potassium sparing means it causes the this conserve the potassium, means the side effect which is caused by the previous diuretic. Okay, it is not seen by the potassium sparing diuretic. So it causes the potassium, it is conserved in our body. Okay, so it causes the adverse effect hyperkalemia. The drug, it is the spironolactone, which is the aldosterone antagonist. Okay, again, this is the mechanism. Now, aldosterone, it bind with that of the mineralocorticoid receptor and it form the mineralocorticoid aldosterone response. Okay, this is the now first see the general what happened in the generally, because aldosterone, it is the hormone which maintain the electrolyte balance, sodium and the potassium balance. Okay, now it interact with the nucleus and it causes the it forms the mRNA. Now mRNA it activated the this synthesis of aldosterone induced protein which causes the this exchange of sodium and the potassium by the enzyme sodium potassium ATPase. Now what happened? This spironolactone inhibit the this mineralocorticoid receptor, which is also a aldosterone antagonist, and this mRNA synthesis cannot be formed, and it does not induce the aldosterone induced protein, and hence this action cannot be developed, and hence it causes the sodium excretion and uh, sodium it inhibit the sodium reabsorption and potassium excretion it is cannot be occur. So it potassium it is conserved in our body. Now this amiloride, it is the drug or trimethyltryptamine, it directly blocks the sodium channels. Okay. And hence, due to that, it directly blocks the sodium channel, it conserves the potassium in our body. Okay, in the uses to counteract the potassium edema, I already told in the previous lecture, hypertension. Adverse effect, you must understand the adverse effect is the because it is inhibit the androgen and estrogen synthesis. It is used adverse effect is the gynecomastia, development of a breast in the male called as the gynecomastia. Now this inhibitor of renal epithelial cell, it is a trimethyltryptamine and the amiloride which block the sodium channels. Now see the last category, it is the osmotic diuretic. Now, osmotic diuretic example, it is the mannitol. Mannitol, it is the non-electrolyte. This is important. It is a non-electrolyte of low molecular weight that is pharmacologically inert. Pharmacologically inert means it does not have any pharmacological action. Okay, means काही त्याची actions नाही आहे स्वतःची. Non-electrolyte आहे, but when given in the large quantity sufficient to raise the osmolarity of the plasma and tubular fluid. Okay, it is minimally metabolized in the body and freely filtered at the glomerulus. Okay, it is freely filtered at the glomerulus and undergo limited reabsorption. Okay, and therefore suited for the osmotic diuretic. Okay, so simply it is minimally metabolized in the body and freely filtered at the glomerulus and undergo limited reabsorption. म्हणजे reabsorption होत नाही. जसं तुम्ही ड्रग दिलेला आहे तसं तो काय होत आहे होतं. फक्त ते फोर्सफुली काय करत आहे तुमचं जे युरिन आउटपुट आहे तो काय करत आहे इन्क्रीज करत आहे. So simply mannitol, it is a non-electrolyte which is low molecular weight and pharmacologically inert substances. Given large quantity, it increases the osmolarity of the plasma. म्हणजे osmotic pressure काय करत आहे तो increase करत आहे. It is neither minimally metabolized and filtered at the glomerulus. These are again some actions, but the first action is very important. It also retain the water osmolarity at the proximal tubule, dilate luminal fluid with the oppose the sodium chloride reabsorption. It also expand the extracellular fluid volume, okay, and increases the glomerular filtration rate and also inhibit the renin release and also increases the renal blood flow in the medulla. Administration, this is also important. It is not absorbed orally. It is given by the IV route. Okay, it is not absorbed orally. It is given by the IV route. What is uses? It increases intracranial and intraocular tension. Okay, in osmotic action in the parenchyma. It is used as a it is used in treatment of the chronic edema. It also used to maintain the glomerular filtration rate and urine flow in the impedant renal acute liver. If there is a renal liver, to maintain the glomerular filtration rate and urine flow, this drug can be given, especially in the shock, severe trauma. Trauma means physical injury, cardiac surgery, and hemolytic reactions. It also to counteract the low osmolarity in plasma extracellular fluid due to rapid hemodialysis or peritoneal dialysis. Mannitol, it is contraindicated in acute tubular necrosis, anuria. Okay, Other drug, it is the other drug. It is the isosorbate and the glycerol. Okay, it is other drug. It is the isosorbate and the glycerol. These are orally active diuretic, which may be used to reduce the intraocular or intraocular tension. Okay, so this is all related to that of the your topic diuretic. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Very important topic in relation with the also the GPAT examination, because these questions are generally asked in the GPAT examination. What is again? I think this question is asked in the examination. Osmotic diuretic. Okay, which of the one of the following it is the false regarding the osmotic diuretic? Okay, because simply they are given it is minimal metabolized in the body, freely filtered in the glomerulus. Okay, and undergo limited reabsorption. This question it is asked. It is electrolyte or non-electrolyte, this pharmacologically inert substances. Okay. If you have any question, you can ask now. Hello. You can ask the question, or you can ask in the chat box also. From the tomorrow, the link will be posted on that of the your mobile application. If you have any problem, you can contact with the Jamruddin sir. Okay. And you are also giving the time of lecture. Hmm. Any problem, you can ask the question. Hello. 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 No questions? Okay, for the mechanism action, you must if you ask the final electron, you can draw this diagram. Okay, you can simply if you think this complicated, you can simply spinal electron inhibit the aldosterone antagonist and inhibit the this sodium and potassium because aldosterone it maintain the electrolyte balance. You can write simply also. And in the acetazolamide, you can draw the diagram of this carbonic anhydrase inhibitor which catalyze the carbonic acid. And for thiazide and loop diuretic, you can draw the first diagram of all the nephron diagram, and you can write the okay.
नाव होते प्रेझेंटेशन बघितली तुझे चांगले आहे ते काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही फायनल आहे ते बेस्ट आहे काय टेन्शन नाही काय करेक्ट वाटली नाही मला कोणती प्रेझेंटेशनची
Okay, you stop now.
त्या केसीसचं काम थोडं एक दोन दिवस काम केसीसचं मी करेक्शन बघितलं नाही डेट सर सांगतील